you ask questions.
I mean, it just, if you say he don't like me, it's like fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, like me personally, I don't know him. Like, I don't know him personally. I actually like the way he fights.
With Gervonta Tank, when asked about Terence Crawford's declaration that he doesn't like Davis and the prospect of becoming friends with him after their boxing careers are over, Crawford responded angrily to Davis's remarks during his final press conference prior to his fight against Lamont Roach. This has led to Davis and Terence Crawford returning to the ring.
I say like he's a scumbag. It's like he's a great fighter. Sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
What I took away from this is that he is a complete hater. You don't know me personally, but you claim that you don't like me, and I don't care about him. Damn him and everyone with him. But you can be sure that John Davis won't hold it up there. The Baltimorean went after Crawford in a more vicious manner than Bud Crawford had, and many in the sport think that putting on 14 pounds to take on the Mexican with one of the best chins in the business might be too much for a man with Crawford's skill set. But the American hasn't let that stop him and has secured the fight for this September in Las Vegas.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. And say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like.
But Crawford stated that one of the reasons for the fight was to push himself and create history, saying, "I want to challenge myself." Canelo is one of the greatest fighters to have ever come out of Mexico. Since I'm among the greatest of all time, I think it would be wise to test it out. What do they say about large chances and big rewards? In a recent publicity flurry to support his own world title defense against Lamont Roach Jr. this weekend, "I'm searching for that big prize." Davis disagreed, claiming that his countryman had just financial motivation. Crawford requires the funds.
And I don't give a him. And everybody in the crew, I mean, win.
Same question for your proud father.
I'm telling you, he's a good fighter. I would say that smaller fighters are always better than bigger fighters because they know how to move and stuff like that. But didn't he get clipped by Yuri Orcus Gamboa? How the hell is he looking this strong over the past year? He hasn't been clipped or anything. That's that snack stuff. The Baltimore knockout artist then deviated from the topic and suggested foul play on Crawford's part because of his affiliation with Victor K's Snack Nutrition.
If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet,
given that Davis doesn't seem to be a fan of the Crawford versus Canelo fight, his coach Calvin Ford has also given his opinion on how the bout will proceed and the contest between Terence and Canelo Alvarez to determine the winner. Even though it would require Crawford to make a significant leap up in weight, the battle would rank among the biggest in boxing, bringing together two pound-for-pound titans. Speaking with Fight Buzz, Davis's trainer Calvin Ford has now offered his opinion on the possible bout and seems to be leaning more in favor of the Mexican.
Terence Crawford Canelo situation, do you think that's a fight where they could get to a weight that makes sense? Do you think that the weight would affect Terence Crawford?
I mean, Canelo is the king. Whatever he say, you know what I'm saying?
The king is Canelo. It's a good fight, and I'm interested in seeing how it turns out. Canelo has been using some smart tactics in his battles. Ford also talked on Crawford's performance in his most recent fight, where he lifted 154 pounds to defeat Israel Madrimov, but failed to earn the stoppage. Since it was Crawford's first fight, you can't claim he didn't have the power up there. He had to adjust. It's similar to how they made modifications when Ben Aids went up in weight. For Terence Crawford to prove to the world that he is capable, I hope he gets another fight at that weight. If it's absent, we can begin to inquire.
Good fight. I'd like to see that fight, the outcome of it, you know what I'm saying? And then watching Canelo been making some good moves, as far as fights and whatnot, So
Ford concluded by outlining his reasons for believing that Crawford is pursuing a fight with Canelo Terence. He is a bad boy who is going up in order to get the fight. He isn't getting any younger. He is doing everything he can to leave his mark here. The 37-year-old from Omaha, Nebraska, who recently stated in an interview that he doesn't like Davis as a person, will undoubtedly respond in the days ahead. Since making his professional debut back in March 2008, the 37-year-old has accomplished more than many fighters could ever hope for, including winning world titles in 4 weight divisions and the undisputed championship at both super lightweight and welterweight. As he gets ready to return to the ring later this year in a huge fight against Mexican superstar Saul Canelo Alvarez, but has sent a message to a reigning world champion that he claims is conceited.
I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security.
Speaking on the Cigar Talk podcast, Crawford talked about his feelings for World Boxing Association lightweight champion Gervonta Davis, admitting that he doesn't like the 30-year-old from Baltimore. He said, "I just really don't like that dude. I really don't like him. I don't like anything about him. I just feel like, he's just one of these arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He has a lot of security guards around him, and he knows, what I mean, he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that bud." When asked if he respects Davis as a fighter, he said, "Yes, he definitely got skills, he got power, he got tremendous boxing ability, but like his core personality and his ways, nah." Given the current weight, the distance separating the two, although the majority of his career success has come at lightweight, Crawford's last fight was at 154 pounds in August of last year, and his showdown with Canelo is scheduled for 168 pounds. With an undefeated 30-fight record, super lightweight is the highest weight division that Tank has fought in. In a packed lightweight division that is begging for unification fights, Davis is the WBA champion.
I know, man, he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But, his core personality and his way.
Owner of the IBF title is Vasyl Lomachenko. While Kason Davis recently took the WBO strap from Dennis Barrick on Valentine's Day with a horrifying body shot, Shakur Stevenson still holds the WBC title. In the immediate aftermath of watching his training partner defeat Baroni, KO Crawford told Fight Hype that Gervonta would not say goodbye to Kason or Shakur. Tank knows what is up. He stated that he knows what he is up against, and that if he wants to fight Shakur or Keen, he wants to fight these guys that everyone knows aren't going to give him a fight because they aren't mentally prepared. They may have a little skill here and there, but they won't be able to keep it up throughout the entire fight. And those two players, Shakur and Kason, will be the ones to give him his first defeat." Interview. And let's be honest, Davis's record is self-evident. With names like Ryan Garcia and Frank Martin on his hit list, he has left a path of bodies in his wake with 30 victories and 28 knockouts. But Roach isn't interested in numbers. Instead, he's working to eliminate Davis's advantages. He is aware that Davis enjoys mentally dismantling his opponents before delivering the final blow with a punch and a mental edge at a time. Roach intends to reverse that narrative by remaining composed in the face of criticism and sticking to his own strategy rather than responding to every move Davis makes. His goal for this battle is crystal clear legacy and a desire to transform his life. The ability to demonstrate that I am among the world's finest fighters is one of the main reasons for the fight, stated Roach. Considering the fact that my life and the lives of my family will change significantly for the better if I win. It's a straightforward yet impactful statement. In addition to fighting for himself, Roach is fighting for his family, his city, and the respect he believes has been denied him. He knows that defeating Davis would completely change his reputation and turn him from a strong champion to a household name in Camp Roach. Roach has been working harder than ever, and his sparring partners have been carefully selected to emulate Davis's style as much as possible. They have been throwing everything at him, including speed, power, and aggression, and Roach has been holding his own. The emphasis has been on movement defense and keeping the fight in the middle of the ring because he knows that standing still against Davis is a death sentence. His father lands a crisp counter. Lamont Roach Sr. has played a significant role in keeping the elder Roach psychologically engaged. He is a strict trainer who keeps outside noise out of their gym, and every session focuses on preparation and progress. It's all about remaining grounded and following this strategy, regardless of what the media or fans may say. Psychologically, Roach understands he must remain in Davis's face from the first bell. When opponents hesitate or exhibit fear, Davis flourishes, and Roach denies him that satisfaction. Interview. The strategy is to remain composed, remain focused, and demonstrate to Davis that he is not scared. If Roach can accomplish that, he has a genuine chance of tearing down the walls. Typically, Davis bases his strategy on his opponent's dance. For the past few months, Davis has been causing confusion with his erratic actions. The Baltimore native has made some shocking remarks about his career that have left his fans in a state of uncertainty. It all began on Christmas Eve when Davis suddenly revealed that his highly anticipated showdown with Roach, which fans had been eagerly awaiting, had been canceled. There was no explanation or follow-up statement, just a social media post that left the boxing world perplexed.